Alyssa is signing, and this is her actual paperwork for George Fox. She's going to play basketball next year there. A few fun facts about Alyssa. She's a three-sport athlete: volleyball, basketball, and softball. She typifies the student athlete. She has perfect 4.0 GPA, and she didn't just take easy classes. She took 12 AP classes so far, including AP Calc. She's one of our original athletic leadership members. I counted up, and I hope I got it right, but she has played in 26 playoff games, 6 state tournaments. Alyssa is the model student athlete at Cascade. Great work ethic. She's classy. She's beautiful. She shows that women can be beautiful and strong. And thank you, Alyssa, for all that you've done for Cascade.
Thank you.
And I'll turn it over to you.
Now, because it gets a little creepy when males start with this one, since Heidi opened the door and with Katie here since then, is that I'm always battling this in the weight room. Girls and lifting. And they have a really hard time buying into it. And Alyssa, in fact, I talked to her just this week about, as a TA to dress down so she could show younger late girls how to lift, and that it's correct and it's appropriate, it's good for you. That lifting is good for you and it helps you athletically. And I don't know the answer. Have you ever taken PE2?
Yeah, one time.
One time, all right. I always kind of gauge this. PE2 is, of course, what? PE2 is fun. And, weight training is work. So I don't know how many weight training classes you've taken, but it's been a number. But one PE2 class. I think that signs for it a little bit. But took a little bit of the thunder away. But this is a dying breed of cat. 3 sports. Will probably... Well, I'm sure she'll be acknowledged all state-wise in basketball. She was all state last year in softball in a team that did not highly succeed, and that's even harder to do it that way. And I know she received all conference honors in volleyball along with the GPA. Really hard to be on the floor during the event and actually absorb what's going on besides your little singular world. And not too many times do I stop to let athletes speak. I'm pretty during games, but very, very analytical on the floor. Even though she was here, she knew what was happening or not happening. Sometimes I didn't catch it all, and I would. When she spoke, I would listen, and usually she was right on. I've talked to her, but she's gonna have to work on this at George Fox. A lot of these really highly successful athletes, and she is, very hard on herself. I don't know if I ever really yelled at her for basketball stuff. Like 2 times I maybe got after her was once on the bench when she didn't like something. And then one time when she reacted to an official. I don't think I ever got after her for basketball because it's always 100%. Very hard on herself. But she's going to have to learn to manage that better. But because of that characteristic, highly successful. She mentioned this in her speech, which it's hard to be good. 3 sports, all day Saturday, CYB. The sacrifice is some of the pure fun stuff. It's not easy. They hear me talk all the time about it's hard to be good. Hard to be good. I think a lot of people, a lot of younger people in particular, they just don't realize how much work it takes to be good. But she's going to reap the rewards. Very fortunate to be able to go to George Fox. One of the better Division III schools in the nation. And going to a great coach, great program. I'd like to think that high school will always be a highlight in her world, but talk to her 2 or 3 years from now and maybe she recognizes this. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. thank you, Mom and Dad. It's not hard when you get these. And I told us, one more quick story. I heard about her a lot in junior high from my wife, St. Peter, the St. Peter kid. So, okay, and I think I went over there 8th grade, told the coaches, move her out to the perimeter, because she's not, she won't be a post in junior high, which I don't think they did. So I kind of browbeat her and felt pressured as an 8th grader. She would come over to the gym and work out with, there's one other girl in there. Satra. Ball handling. See if it fits now that. And she came in a couple times, and then all of a sudden, it was, you have to get to the bus, and I've got something to do, but the problem was she was struggling. She was struggling with the ball handling, and she doesn't like that. Everything's got to be perfect. And so I kind of chuckle at that when I look back. I don't know if she's going to make it. I don't know if she's got what it takes. But lo and behold, quite the extreme opposite. But very, very proud of all of her accomplishments. She's always been very loyal to each coach, each program that she's been in, which I think is a neat characteristic, and has a very bright future. It's been a pleasure having her. Yeah.
So if you want to come up close, this is the actual signing. So if you want to get it on film. Film it.
Good stuff.
Okay, you're tall.
I'll get out of the way.
No, you're right.
That's the right date, right?
Yeah, I
I don't know
think
either.
so.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I
Yay!
And now family and coaches, feel free to get in there and get as many pictures as you'd like.
put. Here's your pen. I want to take a picture with my sophomore friends, though.
You don't have